You're there, you're thinking of them, you're following along, you're invested in their business and what they're doing. And it's just like a fun little pick-me-up. Like, I think we need to celebrate people more often.
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the ex-agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips.
Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 165. And if you're running a service-based business, you've probably heard that video content is a must. And this might make you cringe a little if you're not a video person or you don't really like showing your face. But what if we told you that the video that we're talking about today isn't just for social media reels or YouTube tutorials? It's more internal for your business, internal facing videos. Would you feel differently? I'd be very curious. Because this can actually transform things like your client experience. It can streamline your processes. It can help build trust faster than your email ever could. So we're really going to dive into why video is good and how you can use it internally and not dance for Instagram, essentially, because nobody really likes that video. There might be some people out there. I mean, I still put a wig on every once in a while and dance, and I like to do it with my business partner. But
she forces me against my will.
That's other feelings. So today we're going to share creative ways to integrate video into your service business. Things from onboarding to education to client communication and marketing. Plus, we're going to share some of our favorite tools for making video creation simple and effective and fun, obviously. So you can get started in working with video for yourself internally. And we're going to try to make it feel a little less intimidating. I'm not going to lie. I was I feel more intimidated doing videos internally than I think I did for reels and stuff like that. But once you get into it and start doing it, it is so easy and actually so much more efficient and kind of a fun way to do different things, which we're going to break down those things later in this episode, but it's really fun to incorporate video in certain ways that just makes sense for your brand, and it could be a really great client experience too. So if you're curious also what our favorite tool is, it is Tella. We're going to break down why. And this is the go-to tool for us, and for good reason. And again, we'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but we absolutely love this video platform. We use it all the time in our business, and the ideas that we're going to give you later are some of the ideas that we've already incorporated into our business using Tella.
Yes. And if you pop back to episode 111, you can hear a lot more about that tool. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but we love it mainly for its beautiful branding opportunities. So
you gotta be able to brand it, man.
Right?
Yeah.
So why does video matter outside of YouTube, outside of posting something on Instagram Reels? We all know video matters from a marketing standpoint, but why does it matter for your service-based business and how to integrate it more outside of just social media marketing? So one of the big reasons as to why this is going to be a game changer for your entire client experience is because it builds trust and it creates a connection faster. So I don't know about you, but I don't love having client meetings every single day.
Mm-mm.
It's just not something that I enjoy. I mean, I think I would rather I love having a few client meetings, and I think in the right spots of our process, it makes a lot of sense because I do love getting on the phone with people and chatting through different aspects of it. But I also think it is super important to value your client's time and your time and make sure that you aren't performing on calls every second of the day, and you have a little bit of time back in your business to do the things that you want to do, and flexibility.
I think the flexibility thing, that's what I wanted to jump in and say, is one of the best parts about it. Because let's say I'm at the process in our branding, one of our branding services, that I've already done like the main big presentation, right? So then the next thing is just some me making some tweaks or whatever. That doesn't need to be presented live, and I don't need to write out like a super lengthy email. I can actually just record myself in my screen and take the client through the changes that I did. It's usually a 10-minute or less video, and shoot that over to them. It's more personable. It's more relatable. It's easier for them to maybe kind of follow along and actually see what I did and why I did it. And they can watch that video whenever they want, obviously within the timeline that we've given them. But if they want to watch it at midnight, or if they want to watch it at 5:30 in the morning, they can do that. It's not we're setting a time on the calendar and we're blocking out this hour or half hour or whatever. So I can record it whenever, they can watch it whenever, and that really allows for some really nice flexibility within the right part of our process.
Yeah, and on that note, another reason why we love video and why it makes such a difference is because it makes complex information easier to digest. So we incorporate video throughout our entire process, regardless of whether you're working with us on brand, website, SEO, doesn't matter. We incorporate it into everything because, again, we don't have a client meeting every single time we have a deliverable. But one of the things for our keyword research phase of the process, I actually don't jump on the phone with clients and walk them through their keyword research findings. I do a pre-recorded video, and our clients love this because it is complex information. They can pause, they can rewind, they can watch it. Sometimes people say, I watched that video 4 times. Like, I wanted to keep watching it. They can share it with other members on their team who are also involved in helping, like someone who's your blog writer or your VA, and help them really understand the content. And so that is one of the reasons why we don't share keyword research live on a call, because it's complex information. I want you to have a resource to always bounce back to. And then the next phase of walking through your audit, we'll do that together on a call. So that's a really amazing part where video makes a huge difference. And if I just emailed over that information with a PDF, you better bet that's going to be so confusing.
Oh, right. And like, who wants to read all of that, right? Like,
and where's the personality?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can still have fun with it and share thoughts and be yourself. And I mean, I am not like, I don't join those calls and have my hair done and my makeup done. Like, I am sitting down sometimes in my sweatpants, sometimes right after I laid my kids down for bed, because that's the only quiet moment I have that day to record a video for the client. And they get that. Like, they know, because they're also in that world. So they understand that that's okay. We just show up when we can and in our best self, you know?
Unapologetically authentic.
Yes. It's going to enhance that client experience because, again, you are making very conscious decisions where you're putting video and where you're putting live connections. So that's going to help create the best client experience. That's also not going to take too much of their time. And then finally, it saves you time. So again, thinking back to having to have meetings at certain times of the day can, 1, like really affect your creativity and your process throughout the day. But 2, it can also just take more time to have a phone call than it could to relay the information simply in a video. So we're going to walk through a bunch of different creative ways to use video in your business. So if you're sitting here wondering like, okay, I don't have the same type of business as you, so I'm not quite sure how I would incorporate it. So we're going to run through a bunch of examples, some that we use and some that we don't, and some that have given us ideas. Yeah, that have given us like these super fun ideas on how to incorporate or how to enhance our experience. And I think we have 14 of these.
Yeah. So when she says a list, I wanted to be like, only
14. I could have made it longer. I had to cut myself off. So let's start with number 1. So welcome and onboarding videos. So you can create a friendly welcome video for your new clients, introduce yourself, set expectations. So think of that first email that goes over. I think this is something that could be really fun for us to start incorporating because we have a team.
Yeah, and we can have like little throwing confetti bursts.
Yes.
And like you can really bring some fun brand personality into it.
The fun thing about what we can do with Tella too is we can clip together these videos. So we can create a full team video. Everyone can be like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I do on your brand, and I'm so excited to meet you, and my favorite thing to drink is this.
And then they can like do a cheers to the screen and it can transition to the next person.
There you go. We will absolutely be incorporating this into our process. We do a welcome to the team email and we introduce everyone and join everyone on there. But it's just such a fun extra nugget to have this like welcome moment where you're like, meet the team. Like this is everyone. We're more than just an email address and a face on your computer. Like we are so excited to work with you.
Yeah. It just like makes an emotional connection and like really exciting way to kick everything off. Okay, so the second one is client proposals and project pitches. So things like walking potential clients through your proposal, explaining your strategy, showing examples of your work. You can position options in a different light. So like choose your adventure versus pick your package kind of thing. So you can make it really kind of fun on how they go throughout that process. And then just, again, showing them just different things within your process and like what they can expect. Showing examples of your work. That could be like something that we could do with like our branding portfolio and stuff like that, or results that we've had for SEO clients. So again, just showing that process, what they can expect out of it, explaining, you know, how your proposal works and all of that stuff really just kind of helps them take them through that process. It could also help answer any questions that they might have. So like they might have questions and that video could answer that before they even get to the point of having to ask that question.
I do this a lot for SEO actually. Before a client is a client, and they're very informal. They aren't like over the top, like these pre-planned meetings or videos that are answering questions. It's very informal where they might say, what did you show me again on that video on that tool that you were using? Like, what did it say about my SEO? Like, can you walk me through what you were seeing one more time? I just kind of forgot and wanted to know like what you're going to do for me. So I just like quickly pull up Tella. I pop over to our tool that we use for SEO SEMrush and I say, here's what I'm seeing for your website. Here's what I'm seeing for traffic. Here's what I'm seeing for keywords. And this is where I think we can improve. And it's a quick 2-3 minute video and send it off. And it, one, saves me time because to write all of that out and explain what I'm seeing and why I'm seeing can be a lot more complicated than it needs to be.
Remove the complication.
Yeah. Yep. And two, it gives someone a behind the scenes look at our system and what we use and how we think. And it's just, again, we approach everything like we're sitting down with someone for a cup of coffee. And like, that's how I want to approach our videos.
And it also kind of shows that you're the expert. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, here I am behind the scenes. This is actually what I do. And you're not hiding anything. Like, a lot of people like to hide things because they're like, well, if I show them this, they're not going to hire me because then they're going to go figure it out themselves or something like that. So we're also kind of an open book and like we aren't afraid to like share those things. I am always baffled when we get on inquiry calls and people are asking about SEO. Abby's always got a sidebar pulled up and she's already looking at like their SEO performance and she will just like on the inquiry call be like, okay, well, it looks like you're getting traffic. This is like the best performing blog that you have. People are coming in from here. She's like already sharing information about their SEO and she does not have to. She does not have to be that kind-hearted soul that's already jumping in and like letting them know kind of where they sit with their SEO. And I think a lot of clients, like that's what gets them too. They're like, wow, they're not afraid to like sit here and show us or answer with a video and like explain what's going on. And again, we've always like hung our hat on not being jargony. And so I think these videos also help that. Like we're breaking it down very simple and showing you what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So the third one is educational content hubs or tutorials. So whether you're coaching, consulting, you provide a service like we do with SEO branding, you can create these short little educational video hubs to help answer questions, explain processes. For us, we use these more for people who are already clients or already like students within SEO on Tap, for example. So we have a whole arsenal of tools. One is like a full folder of Google Tools tutorials. So it shows you how to set up Google Analytics, how to understand Google Analytics. What do those crazy errors in Google Search Console mean? All those kind of things. We are revamping right now our website tutorials. So how to update X, Y, and Z on your website on this platform. So we are really platform agnostic when it comes to SEO. So we do tutorials on every platform. And so when we choose to update these, which is this year, because platforms change, things look different. We want them to be fresh and relevant. It's a beast, but these are 2 to 3 minute videos that show you how to update your SEO title, how to change your alt text, how to write a blog, how to optimize your blog on all the platforms. So Wix, Squarespace, WordPress. We actually got even deeper with WordPress, and we're doing themes under WordPress. We have WordPress with the Divi theme, WordPress with the Cadence theme, WordPress with Elementor, and then we have WordPress with Yoast and WordPress with Rank Math. And then we have Squarespace, and we have like literally all of them. And every platform has all these tutorials, how to update your SEO titles, how to update your meta description. So it is such a nice resource to have, because it empowers our clients and our students to take action, or just know that they have the resources available in the future, maybe when we're not working together, to make those updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did a video too for how to create a Pinterest board for
our branding clients. Yep. Because sometimes people, we can't assume that everybody uses Pinterest, or that Pinterest is an easy tool to use. We're in it all the time, so obviously it's easy for us. But when we want them to make a brand board and pin all their inspiration, we just quickly show them how to navigate Pinterest, how to search for things, how to save them. And then particularly, I think the biggest thing is leaving notes on pins. That's where people get confused, because sometimes you can comment on a pin, but you can also leave a note on a pin, and they're very different things.
Yeah.
If you comment on a pin, that means anybody can see it.
The pin creator sees it.
Yeah, the pin creator. They're like, oh my gosh, thanks. I love that. Want to work together? And we're kind of like, no.
Or you're like, I don't like this logo, but I do like those colors. And then the creator's like, oh, sad day.
So, leaving comments and notes on pins is very different. So we wanted to make sure that was very clear for our clients that sign with us for branding, is that they know how to do that. So the notes are only internal. We only see those as Duo, and they only see them on their end. So the fourth one, I love this one, celebration videos. So thinking of sending a celebratory video when a client hits a certain milestone, like finishing a project, reaching a goal, launching something new. This is so fun and so unexpected. I would be thrilled if somebody sent me a video and they're like, congratulations on X, Y, and Z. It's just so personable. It shows that you're there, you're thinking of them, you're following along, you're invested in their business and what they're doing. And it's just a fun little pick-me-up. I think we need to celebrate people more often. And Abby and I have talked about this in the past. We're not even great at celebrating milestones in our own business. I'm going to start sending you celebration videos.
Oh, that's cute.
Is that adorable?
Well, then I have to do that for you.
No, you don't.
I actually know of a client that we're going to, right after this, we're going to send a celebratory video to her, because I think you probably
She's had a big thing just happen in her life, and she deserves a video.
So we're going to do it.
So just things like this really take your client connection to that next level. They feel seen, they feel heard, they feel valued, and it's just you being the best cheerleader you can for your clients.
Yes.
I love it.
Me too. Okay, fifth, course creation. We have talked about this a lot whenever we talk about our course launch. We have an episode, if you go all the way back to 112, we talk about 5 things that made our course launch a success. And this was last year, right when we revamped SEO on Tap. And that still was one of our biggest launches. And we've been following that kind of approach and pattern and everything. And maybe we'll share more about how things have evolved this year as well. And we talk about one of the reasons why the course was so successful is because of how it's created. And I think you can run your course on any platform and make it beautiful. And that is the amazing thing about Tella, is that we were able to brand it. We had, just to give you some fun little nuggets of things we were able to do, is you can have a background. So if it's just Court and I talking, we have sometimes our gradient background behind us, or we have our fun little wave of our brand at the bottom of the video. So it's a frame that we were able to add in. And the cool thing is you're able to do all of this post recording. So you can record the video and then brand it afterwards.
It's so amazing.
Which is amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
So that was really awesome, is that it made us not just sitting here sharing our slides, because I know you can do that in Canva. I know you can share your slides and record it, and that's really fun, but it was really fun to just add a little extra fun elements to it post-production and
it's
make
really
it
easy to
engaging.
use too, where I feel like when you say Canva, I kind of like my heart stops a little bit because I'm like, oh, that's a little clunky. You know, Canva does so much that like they don't fine tune the process, whereas like Tella is this platform. This is what they specialize in. So like it's very easy, not as clunky, simple to use once you get in it, and the branding element is just like the chef's kiss.
Yes.
Okay, so the next one, number 6, almost halfway there, y'all. Y'all, like I'm Southern.
Y'all.
Very, very not Southern.
Oh.
Okay. There we go. Behind the scenes video tours. So things of like what your client can expect when you guys start to work together, or the process, or how you set up your timeline, or when they can expect, you know, other video tutorials, things like that. This could live on your investment page. Like if you have an investment page that you send out to new inquiries, or it can be in your inquiry workflows. It could also be something like a day in the life of working with you, which I think is so cute. Like if I was going to sign up for a service that I was spending a decent amount of money on, I would love to see like some behind the scenes of like, okay, this is how we kick things off, and this is what you can expect at this time. And, you know, this is how our tools work, or our process, or this is what we need you to sign up for. Like sometimes, you know, we have things like we have Voxer access with our clients sometimes. So if they don't have that, you know, this could be a part of that, like behind the scenes, like this is how you use Voxer or stuff like that. So really just kind of showing how they're going to work with you, and a little snippet into behind the scenes of how you as a business work.
Yeah. And if you have, so when someone inquires with us, we have a few follow-ups that they get, like here, add this to your calendar, day before reminder, an hour before reminder, and then we hop on the call. So what if the day before reminder, you added a little email and a video into your email that included what it's like to work on this project with me. And you could be very specific about some questions that people typically ask on inquiry calls to help them visually like walk through the process with you. And you can answer some questions so that you get them closer to a heck yes when they get on that inquiry call with you and you're sending off that proposal. So it can just be a really easy way to make a strong yes at the end of the day.
I love it.
So next and we talked about this a little bit, number 7 is project reveal videos. So this is what we do a lot in our process already, is instead of just sending over a PDF or static files when it comes to branding or SEO, we always create a little video where we walk through the project. So we might share what we've done so far, share a little, I want to say markup, but markup I think we're switching away from. So a little tool to show them how to leave feedback on that project, what next steps are, just any insights that you might not easily understand that just by looking at a PDF. So I think this is so true when it comes to branding, because there's so much behind it.
I love the feedback I get from the videos, because I explain exactly why we chose why we did it, and I really break it down. We have notes that are like as a part of the presentation, but those notes don't always really explain the depth of why decisions were made. And so walking clients through mood boards or whatever it might be in a video is so much more in depth than what that PDF would ever give them. And I get a lot of clients that are like, oh my gosh, when you were explaining this about the mood board, like that hit so close to home, and like that's what I want. And so just them hearing the words coming out of my mouth and taking them through that process is so much stronger than any PDF that they opened, because they're left to kind of interpret it on their own. And I want them to see it from my lens and why I did what I did.
And sometimes this can be a fun little way to prompt feedback reminders, because you can see oftentimes when your clients watch a video.
Oh, yeah.
So that can be a good way to stay on track too, where you can be like, hey, I noticed you haven't watched the video yet. Like we always put underneath the video the amount of time the video is. So like if I send a video for keyword research, it's usually like 20, 30 minutes. So I usually say like 20, 30 minutes. So they know how much time they have to invest into watching that video.
Yep.
And I think sometimes when they're like quick feedback things, they can be less. Keyword research tends to be a little bit heavier, but then we'll encourage, watch it on 2 times the speed.
Yeah. Like
however you like to consume.
I don't talk
content.
fast enough. Yeah. Speed it up.
Yeah.
So the next one is micro training series. So if webinars aren't necessarily your jam, you could try something like a pre-recorded video training. This is a perfect way to like make educational content, things that you might want to sell even, or if it's a free training, you can obviously pitch whatever you're selling at the very, very end. But if you are like terrified, sweaty palms, don't want to do a live webinar, which I don't blame you. That's a very ballsy thing to do. I was very terrified the first time we did one.
I'm nervous every time.
You're nervous every time. You don't sound like it. But like the more you do it, the easier it gets. Obviously, the nerves, unless if you have like way more people sign up than you ever anticipated, and then you're like, holy shit. But I mean, they're still very fun to do. But if you are like sweaty palms, hearts racing, I don't want to do a live webinar, you can do a pre-recorded training and have that live on your website or be a part of your newsletter or whatever it might be. And then again, at the end, you could pitch something if it's not something that they have to pay for.
Yeah. And I have to say, I am sweaty palms, heart racing beforehand as well, but I'm still going to do it because it's like the excited kind of anxiety. It's like a different kind. It's like
you're getting up on stage and doing a presentation or something. And
it's
you're
something
excited
that
about it.
Pushes you out of the comfort zone, reminds you that you're alive, like you're doing something fun, So it's like a fun kind of stress. But yeah, I'm always like, I think one time I was like doing jumping jacks, like to like get my.
I was not here for
that.
Yes,
you were. Remember? I was like, I feel like we need to like jump it out or like.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. We just kind of like wiggled a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I also have been told if like before things like that, stand in the Superman pose. This is just a little tip for you. Stand in the Superman pose. So like you puff your chest out, you put your hands on your hips, and it's just a very strong, authoritative stance, and it makes you feel so much more confident going into it. That sounds ridiculous, but it works. So I've made Abby stand in the Superwoman pose.
Yeah, I'm always too very focused on making sure that I look as confident as I want to feel. So like sometimes that might mean like you're putting heels on. Like you're going to put heels on even though no one's going to see your feet because that's how you feel most confident.
Yeah.
And like you just have to
dress for the confidence. Yes.
So this goes same thing. Like if you feel that way about even recording a video of yourself, dress up. Like
do what you have to do to make you feel confident.
Yeah, do something. Especially at the beginning, because the beginning of recording videos and content can be hard, especially if you're like going through a whole course or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
So the next one can be video testimonials or case studies. So creating these fun videos that can feature your clients' success stories, showing before and afters. And this is another reason why we really love Tella, because we can ask, and we've done this before, we can ask our clients to create all of these different videos. You can upload those videos into Tella and create like one combined video that like showcases the story. So the client can come in with their testimonial, and then you can come in after them and share the results on your screen. And then another client can come in and then you can share the results. So like you can kind of do this like, or vice versa, flip it around. You share the results and then they share their testimonial. But it can be really fun to put that on your sales page and kind of have like this experience. You can also do side-by-side kind of designs in Tella too. So you can have them talking on the left about the testimonial, and on the right, you could do a screenshot of their results. So it can be fun to play around with the design aspect of these videos and use them to sell your products and pitch your stuff.
Yes. So the next one is a video FAQ page. So instead of like some of our FAQs can get really long. A lot of people have a lot of questions about particular things. I've been to FAQ pages where you just scroll and scroll and scroll, which that's great from an SEO perspective. I know Abby's going to jump in and say that, but instead of a heavy texted based FAQ, you could also create a page filled with short videos answering common questions, or let's say, because again, from an SEO perspective, Abby loves the FAQs on page because they're usually full of keywords, right? And it's good content.
It's literally the question someone is typing into Google.
Yeah. So it's great from an SEO and keyword perspective. But let's say you take like, I don't know, your top 3 or something and make videos out of them. And then you have text for the rest. Or maybe Abby's like, Courtney, that's a dumb idea. But
it's a good idea. I think you do, like, Google loves to show videos too, especially if they're on YouTube. So like this is something too where you can like put an answer on YouTube and you can have your question as a headline and then a short description under it and then the video. So you're giving people multiple ways. It's like you can read the answer or you can just share the FAQ, and that video could get featured in Google. So that video could actually be a driver for you too. And I'd say it kind of depends on the FAQ. Like, is this FAQ for SEO purposes, or is it more of an FAQ to help my audience feel really comfortable and solid about what they're purchasing, and it really doesn't have an SEO driver to it? Think through like the purpose of it and what it's doing for you.
That's smart.
Next are video office hours. So you could take a different approach to doing like a live Q&A session where you can actually capture all the video content and the questions beforehand. So gather all the questions from your audience. So this could be for a specific launch. This could just be about your products and services. It could be like a fun little email you send out to your list of like, hey, I'm answering all your questions in this. And this can be fun too. Like we do things like this on the podcast, but it can also be fun if you don't have a podcast yet, but you want to do kind of like a live Q&A series for your email list.
Yeah.
Or the cool thing about Tella too is you can change the orientation.
I love that.
Post recording. So if you want that video to go to your email list and it's a horizontal video, but then you also want to share snippets of it as a reel, you can change the size of it, make it vertical, and then share it as a reel too, which is amazing. So you don't have to like record twice. Multi-purpose.
Love it. We're on to number 12. We're almost there, guys. Create a Start Here video hub. So I can let Abby talk a little bit more about the one that we have, but we have one for our new members inside our SEO membership. But what's great about this is that if somebody's coming into a community or something and there's multiple different like layers to it, or you're showing them around a platform on how to use that because they're in the community now, this is a really great way to like start here. Like, you know, when you land on sites and they have a little bot that's constantly moving around, like you're new to it and they're like, okay, you can do this over here, or you can do this over here, you can do that over here. And most of the times I'm just like, yeah, close out. Like I'll figure it out later. Yeah. But this is kind of what that Start Here video is about and this is great for community or for memberships. Because again, the platform could have multiple different layers to it, and you want to show them in a video how they can use the different sections of that community or that membership.
Yeah. So our group coaching community and membership is specifically for people who offer SEO as a service. So it's marketing agencies, it's web designers, copywriters, it's other SEO strategists, and it's people who are students or clients of ours. So you have to have some form of education for us before getting invited to this membership. So we are a very close-knit group of people. I think there's like 25 amazing humans inside, which is awesome. And we love it that way. And we love just to be support for them. And so the very first thing is once you join and once you've gotten your exclusive invite and you've joined us inside the membership, we send you an email that has all the information. So it says, literally Start Here. You click on it and it's a little video of me walking you through what the membership community is, how everything is organized, where you can find old recordings, how you can search, how you can tag people, different things like that. Just basically how to work at the community. And then there's a call to action for you to introduce yourself so that we can all get to know you. So it's a really good, simple video that rather than explain that process in a really, really long email, we can just do a quick video. They can feel comfortable because they visually saw the environment, and then they can jump in themselves.
Yes. And they can always go back to that video and rewatch it again if they forget something or whatever.
And then number 13, email list VIP videos. So I think this is like probably one of my favorite. And we started incorporating this more so this year. So can you share like to your email list an exclusive look at a new product or a service? I was literally thinking this would be very fun for some of the new branding stuff that we have on our website for certain people.
Oh, yeah.
So
like
TBD if you join our email list. And also sharing like behind the scenes. So we send out an email almost every time we launch our course. It's a very similar email. I change it up a little bit, but it's giving people a look at the course. Like it's literally me inside SEO on Tap walking you through the modules, how they're set up, what the course looks like, how the PDF resources are looking. It gives you like that VIP backstage access kind of feel. And you can do that with anything that you have, is give your like hot leads, the people in your community already, the people on your email list, give them an exclusive look at something or an exclusive chance to sign up for something because they're already in your community anyways.
Love it. And then the very last one, number 14, video podcasting, what we're doing right now. Now, ask us if we've really done anything with it. Not so much, but it's a goal, and we'll get there. But
we're planning on posting these on YouTube. So we record everything using Tella.
Yes.
So it's not, Tella will tell you that they are not a podcasting recording platform, and they aren't. Like, you can't just record your voice and nothing else. You have to record video with it. So that's really important, but we are recording ourselves when we do the podcast. We have our fun little setup with our light up sign in here. So
and we'd argue if you're doing a podcast, you might as well just record it anyways.
Yes.
Like, we show up very authentic, and we're just like in our yoga pants and sweatshirts. Like,
there's dog hair all over my pants right now.
We haven't hardly put a lick of makeup on. Like, you don't have to be a professional, and I think that's where people in the past were like, I need to show up buttoned up and blah, 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 but you don't. And and the thing is, like, we started recording these a long time ago, and we plan to do stuff with them, but like, it doesn't hurt to record it. Even if you don't, even if you're like still intimidated, like, I don't want to put my face out there, I don't want to do it. In the next couple of years, you might want to. And let's say you've built your podcast to be a really great source of like bringing people in, and then your podcast blows up. You can still go back and use all those videos. Like, it's not wasted. Yeah.
The great thing is we are sitting here and we have 160 plus well, we didn't start recording probably until we probably have like 50 plus or more episodes that we can put on YouTube right now. Yeah. And a lot of what we share, like this example right here, this isn't super time sensitive. So this is a piece of content that can be reshared 6 months from now, and it's still going to be really good for business to drive traffic anyways, and can perform better on YouTube than it does on our blog or on our podcast even.
So I would strongly urge you, if you start a podcast, just record.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
And just don't show up. Don't worry about showing up perfect.
No.
And unless that's your brand.
Oh, I mean, obviously. But if you want to be
you're a doctor, I mean, maybe. So a few other video tips. Show your face. I know that can suck sometimes, but that is where building trust and connection really comes in. There are a few times where I have not showed my face, and it's because I had pink eye, or like, I was just like, you do not want to see me right now. Like, it is not okay. I do not look okay. So there are definitely been a couple times, but it's very rare that you don't see at least my little circle bubble in the corner. And I think that's really important, because even though you're not going to be like huge on the screen, there's still some element of personality to get them to feel like they're there with you.
Also, if you think about it, how often are they staring at your corner picture versus what they're looking at on the screen? Yeah. They're probably looking at you like 5%.
Yeah, you're in the corner of their eye. Yeah. And that's something too that we really love for our course, is that we've taken other courses and stuff before where people don't show their face. And I think it's fine. Sometimes you can share your content without like showing yourself.
But there's a tiny bit of disconnect.
It is. Yeah.
It's a little bit of disconnect.
I know.
Like, I want to see the face.
I love being able to like see my students.
Right.
Pretend. Yeah.
Also, I will say, the more you show up and show your face, the easier it gets. I promise.
Yes.
Because again, I was a very like, I don't want to be on video. Like, I don't get up and get ready every morning. Like, what? But the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you're kind of like, no, I'm going to show up as me.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
like my ball cap and my
Mhm.
yoga pants. They
Right.
they can close their eyes. They can just
I know.
listen to my podcasty voice.
Right. Another kind of little tip is to include timestamps. So if you have a really long video, you could include timestamps in the description of the video or in your email before you send it over, saying like, jump here if this is what you want to look at. Or like, say we're sharing branding examples, like jump to 2 minutes for brand option 1, jump to 3 minutes and 22 seconds for brand option 2, so that then if they're rewatching the video, they can pop back exactly where they need to go. And your clients will really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Another one is you can make it engaging by asking your audience to do something throughout the video. So something like pause here and try it on your hand and then hit play when you're ready for the next step. This is like obviously really great for tutorials. I know I'm constantly like, I have a video up on the side and I'm pausing and I'm doing the thing and then I'm going back. But you can do this with any video, honestly, if you want to prompt them to try to do something, whether it's something for SEO or whatever, or like pause here, try this chat GPT prompt, see what it spits out, and then come and play the rest of the video or whatever. So like that makes it engaging. Like sometimes videos are engaging as far as like us just taking in the information and watching, but this takes it to that next level of like actually trying to get them to do something during your video.
Yeah. And just make them use their brain a little bit. And you
Right.
can be fun and playful and be like, hey, you, did you actually pause? Like, did he pause? Or are you still sitting there?
I
Like,
love it when they do that in movies, like at the end
I
of
know.
movies, like credits or something
Yeah.
like that, where they're like, hey, why are you still sitting in your seat?
Yeah,
Like, the
right.
movie's over.
get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is our favorite reason for why we love Tella so much is brand your video environment. Again, how can you make your brand so memorable and embedded throughout everything you do? So incorporating even just like a simple background gradient or a background color, shrinking your video a little bit so the background kind of shines through behind it, or add in a frame, or add in like an icon, or, you know, a fun GIF or something like that. Just adding in different elements onto your video environment and using a platform that makes it really easy to edit them in.
Yes, I love that. This one's really fun. So dropping Easter eggs. So something like if you spot the coffee mug in the background, like ours right here, DM us on Instagram for a special surprise. So it's really trying to like make it fun, playful, gamify it a little bit, you know, like keep them engaged in different ways like that. Because like if I heard somebody say that, I'd be like, whoa, where's that coffee mug? Like,
And
it's gonna
would you
like
go back and watch it too?
absolutely,
I know,
I would,
right?
and then I would like try to, you know, get the special surprise or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like a fun, engaging thing, and it also like makes you memorable. Like
Yeah.
it makes your brand fun, and they're
Mhm.
gonna remember that about you and your brand.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. We are, like, for us, we're a service business that is very virtual. So we work with anyone, anywhere, all around the globe. And there are plenty of times, like, I just finished working with a client in Italy. We didn't join live calls because of the time difference.
that's tough.
So we were constantly talking on Voxer or talking on videos, pre-recorded videos, and that's how we communicated. And so it's like, how can you create and build a relationship when you can't talk live all the time?
Yeah.
And
That's
the best way to
a
do it
challenge,
is through
but
videos.
Video is your best option.
Yeah.
Yep.
So try and make it personal. Look directly at the camera. Ask your audience, especially if it's a video that's like pre-recorded for the masses, like anyone who's going to watch it, then make them feel like it's just them.
Mhm.
I know you recorded the video for everyone, but don't say everyone. Like, say you. Like, be
Mhm.
very personal in those emails and ask them to do specific actions to make sure, I mean, not to like make sure they're paying attention, like you hope they are, but if it is a longer video, like
Mhm. Some
you
people-
might need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So just make it personal and try and really think about it like you're talking to an individual, even if you are creating something for a huge group of people.
I think that's super important. Like using words like you and like really honing in on that.
Yeah.
And then the last one is just be yourself. Like don't feel the need to perform. Don't feel the need to show up super polished. I think that's where people get really intimidated with video is like, I can't do video until I like, even like down to like vanity metrics. Like I can't do video until I have X amount of people following me because what's the point? Only so many people are going to see it. Or I can't do video because I hardly ever have time to do my makeup, or I don't have time to, put on a nice outfit, or that's just not me, or I don't have a script. Like, I need a script before I show up. And that's not true. I think the more and more we do video, the more lax we get.
Mm-hmm.
We still show up in our brand. We still show up very much like to our audience the way that they want us to, but we're also very authentic and relaxed. Like back in the day, we used to be like, oh my gosh, we have to do our makeup, or Abby would ping me and she'd be like, what are you wearing? I'd be like, I don't know. What are you wearing? Like, and I think one day we were both just like, this is dumb. Like, people know us. We're going to show up in our sweatshirts and our yoga pants, and we're going to sit here with our laptops and our notes in front of us, and we're just going to be super authentic. We used to like have a screen off in the distance with like scripted
we had a
notes.
teleprompter.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing.
We were like, this is just like, people sit with their actual laptops in their laps recording podcasts all
and
the
you know
time.
why we did that? Because we were playing this stupid comparison game of like looking at these massive podcasters and what they do and how they look and who they are. And it was just like, it got to a point where we were trying to be someone else. And we were like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, we lost touch kind of with who we were. And we were like, let's just bring it back to the basics.
Yeah. Let's just be us.
Yes.
So I think listening to all of these different ideas, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed and be like, oh my goodness, I have so much work to do, because
14 things to my list of videos.
My mom literally says that to me every time she listens to a pod. She's like, thank you, just listen to a duo episode, and now I have 5,000 things to add to my to-do list. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to do that.
Told me that. No.
She tells me that all the time.
Sorry,
So I want you to just think of like one thing here. So like, for example, taking our own advice, we're going to record a celebratory call right after this. We're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to do it.
Yes.
Like be authentic and
she's
do it.
Gonna love it.
And she is going to love it. And we're not going to overthink it. We're not going to have a script. We're just going to send it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be great. And we're going to create a welcome onboarding video with our whole team. We're going to add that to our agenda for our next team meeting, and everyone's going to do that. And those are the two things we're going to do. And that's it. So I want
you to share it when we do it.
Yes. So I want you to also give yourself just this little tiny thing that you can help incorporate videos into to create more of that like powerful client experience.
And share it with us.
Yeah.
Because we always love to know.
Let us know. So let's chat a little bit about Tella, because people always ask us, especially after we send a video within our community, like regardless of whether it's a student, a client, someone in our membership, people always ask, what tool are you using? Like, this looks so cool. Because I think Loom is the big one that everyone's super used to. Everyone uses Loom. And yeah, it's just like a very common platform. Canva is another one because we're already in there. And I know sometimes we don't want an extra tool, but there are situations, like one of the things that I love about Tella is that we can create what they call playlists. So we have like organized folders for all of the different things we need to categorize. And when you start creating more and more videos, that organization piece of it really comes into play. So we'll share a little bit about why we really love Tella, and like highly encourage you to check it out. We will link it in our show notes so that you can go check it out yourself. If you dig into episode 111, that is where we talk in depth about Tella, and we even interviewed the founder of Tella on the podcast as well, and kind of walk through all the different aspects of it, what they're working on behind the scenes, because I love supporting small businesses too. And I think it's just it's so fun when you sit down with someone who created this amazing platform and you're like, you're a human just like all of us,
like
building a business.
We don't think of it that way.
Yeah,
at all.
It's fun. So I think it's also fun just to support businesses that really invest in creators. And I think that's a really big thing. Is I like, not to call shade on Loom, because I do think Loom is a really great company, but I'm pretty sure they're a part of Salesforce, and their focus is not, it's on big companies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it makes a big difference when you work with a company who truly cares about the little guys.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It makes your heart feel more.
I know. So some of the reasons, I'm not, again, like dig into episode 111 because that's a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the reasons we really love it is because of the beautiful branding, the ability to change the sizes and the video details and all of those fun design aspects post recording.
Which is insane.
Huge.
Like insane.
It's the only platform that I think you can change orientation on. Maybe not the only. Don't quote me because I'm not like in the video world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is like, that's game changer.
Like doing anything post recording is just kind of mind blowing to me.
Yeah. It needs to have a really easy editing system for you to feel good about it. And I feel like Tella does.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing is Lauren on my team is helping me create all of these tutorial videos for all the websites of like how to update this. And this is her first time using Tella. And she told me just the other day, she was like, I am having so much fun editing.
Oh,
she's like, I'm like in the back end and she's like, I'm clipping this and it's not hard. And she's like, but sometimes I'm like, whoa, I'm spending too much time editing because she's having too much fun. Which is awesome. Like you want to have that experience. So we love that. Like easy to use editing platform, the ability to brand it, the ability to create it into what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the top reasons that we really, really love Tella.
And I think it's just remembering too that video isn't just for YouTubers and influencers. It's not just for marketing. It really is a powerful tool for any service-based business internally as well. It doesn't have to be this external beast. It doesn't have to be like videos are not just YouTubes and Reels anymore. They really are tools that you can use internally within your business. And all of those things that we just listed off to you are great ways to get started. And once you get into it, I think you'll just like find the excitement of doing more internal videos for your business. And it's going to create this unique, like you have this unique brand experience. You can be more relatable, more authentic. You can seem like you can build a better client experience. And like I said, the more you get into it, the more you actually kind of want to do it. Like this whole list, like we've done some of these things in that list, but other things, like we're just so excited to start doing them. Like Abby already listed off the 2 that we're going to add.
I know. Personally, I like creating our own podcast episodes because we always find new ways to grow our business too.
Yes.
So,
seriously. We learn from ourselves.
I know.
Crazy.
It's so fun. So if the idea of video is making you nervous, just start small. Jump into Tella. Again, we'll include that link in there. I believe they have a free trial. Don't quote me on that. I will make sure whatever they have that I put it in the show notes, and definitely should have had that ready for you at this recording.
We apologize. This is us
real,
showing up
authentic selves. So anyways, just get started. See how it feels. If you hate it, guess what? No one's going to see it because it's recorded just for you.
Exactly.
And bloopers can be fun to share in the future anyways. So
bloopers.
It gets easier every time. Jump in and have some fun.
If you like this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We absolutely love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.